Hello. So last consecutive classes, we are doing on gear design. So we have seen what is gear, what is spar gear. After that, terminology, and stepwise we have seen the design criteria as per bending criteria and wear criteria we have seen. Okay, so today I will see another one problem or practical problem, that how actually gear is designed, how can we find the dimension of gear. Okay, let's see. So we have one problem. On the basis of this problem we need to solve the, or we need to design the gear. Mainly design of gear means we have to determine the module of the gear. Already I told, if you can determine the gear, then if you can determine the module, then all the dimension will come from that module itself. Okay, so here one problem statement is given. On that basis we have to design the gear. Okay, so let's see what is the problem. A pair of spar gear with 20-degree pressure angle, full depth, consists of a 25 teeth pinion meshing with a gear of speed ratio 3:1. Okay, it is used to transmit 25 kilowatt power. The face width is 16 m. It is not meter, keep it in mind, this is 16 m, m for module, and the pinion rotates at 360 rpm. The allowable static stress for pinion material and the gear material are 150 megapascal and 130 megapascal. Here you see the allowable stress has given 2 for gear and for pinion. So two different value means we have to assume that this is, or this pinion and material is made of different material, okay, respectively. Surface endurance limit is 600 megapascal, and Young's modulus for pinion and gear are 250 megapascal and gigapascal and 200 gigapascal respectively. The starting torque of the motor can be assumed to be 150% of the rated torque. Okay, another information, take the velocity factor 3 by 3 plus v and tooth form factor y is equal to 0.154 minus 0.912 by z, where z is the number of tooth, already we have seen. Okay, so now for solving, first we will see that what are the information are given. Okay, so let's see. So you read once. A pair of spar gear with 20-degree pressure angle, means we can say that given pressure angle phi is equal to 20 degree, and it mentioned full depth. Full depth means what? Full depth means we know AW is equal to 1. Okay, consist of a 25 teeth pinion. So let's take pinion as a Z1, already we have seen. So that is our Z1 is equal to 25. Meshing with a gear speed ratio of 3:1, means it is given that speed ratio, or we can say that is our gear ratio. This is our 3, and this we can write as a Z2 by Z1, or similarly we can write N2 by N1 also, N1 by N2, that is our speed ratio. Okay, then it is used to transmit 25 kilowatt power. So let's power P is equal to 25 kilowatt. Okay, then the face width is 16 m. So face width we have taken B is equal to 16 m. And the pinion rotates at 360 rpm. So we can say that N1 is equal to 360 rpm. Okay. The allowable static stress for pinion means sigma B1 allowable static stress is 150 megapascal and sigma B2 is equal to 130 megapascal. Okay. Surface endurance limit, we know that surface endurance limit sigma ES is equal to 600 megapascal. Okay, then we have Young's modulus for pinion or Y1, or we can say YP also. YP is equal to 250 GPa and YG is equal to 200 GPa. The starting torque of the motor can be assumed to be 150% of the rated torque. What is this? We have seen the service factor. What is the service factor? Service factor we have seen, that is S, and this is the ratio of starting or maximum torque, starting torque to rated torque, and this value is how much? 150%, means 1.5. okay, and the velocity factor CV is given 3 by 3 plus V, and Y is given 0.154 minus 0.912 by Z. Okay, so this information is given by the problem. Okay, so let's see. So now the design of gear we have to do step wise. Okay, so first we need to find the torque. Okay, step 1 we will be finding torque. So torque T1 is equal to, we know, sorry, let's, this is as a T, P into 60 by what is 2 pi N1. okay, so this value P is how much? 25 into 60 by 2 pi into 360, and if we make the calculation we will be getting torque as a 663,145 663,145, that is our kilonewton millimeter. And this value will be getting 663,145 Newton millimeter. In this calculation we will get this become Newton meter, and this will come in the form of Newton millimeter. Okay, so this is our torque, that is our starting torque. Now let's see, take T1 as a design torque, and this design torque T1 is equal to T into S. We have seen already in Lewis equation. During the derivation of Lewis equation we have seen that effective load or actual load in that session. Okay, and this value, if we put 663,145 into 1.5, and if we make the calculation we will get 994,717.5 Newton millimeter. Okay, so this is our T1, that is design torque. Now we have to find module. So main purpose of design of gear is to determine the module. So how can I find module? So for determining the module, we have the equation, that is our Lewis equation. So for Lewis equation, what we need to make? We have to find the weak gear. Which one will be the weaker gear? Okay, so for weaker gear, we need to find that our sigma b1 into y1. We have seen sigma b1 into y1, that is sigma b1 value has given 150, sigma b1 150 into pi into 0.154 minus 0.912 by z. This is 0.912 by z. Z is equal to, we have 25. Since it is pinion we have taken as a 1 suffix. Okay, so this, if we make the calculation, we will be getting this value as a 55.379 Newton per millimeter square. Similarly, we will be checking for gear sigma b2 to y2. Okay, sigma b2 into y2, and that is 130 into pi into 0.154 minus 0.912 by, if you see here, z2 by z1 is equal to 3, z1 is 25. Okay, so z2 will be 3 into 25. Okay, so that is our z2 is equal to 3 into 25. Okay, since here you mention z2 by z1 is equal to 3, from that z2 is equal to 3 into 25. Okay, so now if we make the calculation, this will become 57.928 Newton per millimeter square. Okay, so this is our sigma b on y1, that is our Lewis form factor y1, and this is also Lewis form factor y2 for gear, and this already we have seen that this is tooth geometry factor into pi, so that value I put it here. Now we have to find the weaker gear. So if we see, this is become this sigma b2 into y2 is equal to this one. So this is our minimum or less than sigma b1 y1. Okay, so this one. So which one will be our weaker gear? Weaker gear will be pinion. So design should be done with respect to what? Pinion, because pinion is the weaker, because sigma b2 y2, sorry, which one is, I made it, this is not the, I have written mistake. This is our minimum, this value is minimum or less than sigma b2 y2. Okay, so that's why design should be done with respect to pinion. Okay, so now what we need to do, we need to, for finding the module, we have to write Lewis equation. Okay, so for Lewis equation we have that ft, so we have to find the value of ft. So we know that f of t is equal to what? 2 T1 by D1, or we can write this as a 2T1 by M into Z1, where M is the module. Okay, so this one is our M module. So now we can write that 2T1 by M Z1 is equal to sigma B1 Y1 into B into M. Can I write this one? Yeah. So now if we put the value, so we have to find the M module 2T1 by M into Z1. This is equal to sigma B1 Y1 into B. This is our module face width. Face width here it has given face width is 16 m. So here you put the value of face width, that is 16 m into m. So now if we simplify, we will get m cube m square into m cube is equal to, we have 2T1 by sigma B1 Y1 Z1 into 16. Now put the value of T1. So T1 we got 2 into 99417.5 by sigma B1 into Y1. This value I have calculated. This is our 55.379 into Z1. Z1 is how much? Z1 is 25 into, we have 16. Okay, so now this is our m cube, and if we simplify or calculate this one, we will get 89.81. okay, so from this we can write that m is equal to 89.81 cube root. Okay, so from this if we make this, we will get 4.478, and this is nearly equal to 5, because module can't be fraction. Okay, so we can write this module as 5. So we got this module as a 5. So this is one part is completed. Determine the module. Now let's find the dimension. Okay, so let's find the dimension. So we got the module as a 5, so D1 will be our m into Z1. So m I got 5 and Z1 is 25. So 5 into 25 how much? That is 125 millimeter. Then we have D2. D2 is m into Z2, that is our 5 into 75, and this value will become how much? 5 into 75, this is our 375 millimeter. Okay, next we need to find the face width. Face width is equal to 14 into m, 16 into m, and that is our much? 16 into 16 to m is 5. This value become 80. So face width is 80 millimeter. Next, let's find the beam strength. Beam strength. So beam strength, we know that F of Ts, this is sigma B1 Y1 B into m, and this value is 55.379 into 80 into m is how much? 5, and this value become 21516.6 Newton. So this we got as a beam strength, but we need to find the dynamic strength or actual strength. What is the actual or dynamic strength? So let's find dynamic or actual strength. Okay, so we know that dynamic or actual f of d or f actual already we have seen. This is our f of ts into cv when cv greater than 1, and this is our f of ts by cv when cv less than 1. Okay, so let's find cv. So cv value, velocity vector has given 3 by 3 plus v. Okay, so this, so we need to find the v. So that is our v1 is equal to pi d1 n1 by 60, and this value will be getting pi into d1 is 125 into n1 is 360 by 60, and if we make the calculation we get 2.356 meter per second. Okay, so first we'll get this as in the form of millimeter, that is our 2.36 into 10 to the power 3 millimeter per second, then we convert it into millimeter. Okay, so that is our 2.356 meter per second is velocity. So put the value 3 by 3 plus v1, we got 2.356. okay, and this value we get 0.560. this is our cv. Okay, so we got this cv, and we can write this cv is less than 1, so we have to take fd is this one. Okay, so fd we get, that is our how much? f of ts by cv, and this value we have f of ts is how much? 21516.6 by 0.560, this value fd, and if we find we get 39556.42 Newton. Okay, so this is our fd value. So now see, fd is this one and fts is this one. Okay, so definitely fd is more than fts. Okay, so as we have seen earlier that if fd is greater than fts, then this is not the safe or the design is unsafe. Okay, so we can write since f of d is greater than f of ts, so the design is unsafe. Okay, so earlier we have seen that if the design is unsafe, then we have to find the new module. So we need to find new module by equating f of d is equal to f of ts. Okay, so let's see that new new module. How to find? So new module we can write f of d is equal to f of ts, and this is our 3, how much we got, 39556.42. this is equal to sigma b1 y1 bm. Okay, so here we can write sigma b1 y1 into 16 m b1 y1, this is y1 16 m into m. Okay, so this we can write that m is equal to, or m square is equal to 556.42 by sigma b1 y1 into 16, and just here I am writing this sigma b1 y1, we got 55 point how much, 379 into 16. Okay, and if you simplify this, you will get okay. So this m square is equal to this much. If we calculate this, we will get this value. So let's find m. So m is square root of this one. So this value will be 6.68, and this is 7. Already I mentioned that module can't be fraction. So this new module is our 7. Okay, so this we got as a new module as a 7. Okay, so now again we need to find similarly new dimensions. So our d1 equal to m into z1, this is 7 into z1 is 25, and this value 175. Okay, then d2 175 millimeter. Okay, and this also we can write as a millimeter. d2 we got m z2, and this is 7 into 75, and this will become 5. How much you calculate? This is 525 millimeter. Next we have this face width, that this is our 16 into m, so 16 into 7, and this is our 1112, this is 1112 millimeter. Okay, so this is our new dimensions, as our new module is 7. This we got 7. So now let's check that actual our load or dynamic load on this basis. Okay, so let's find now new beam strength. Now new beam strength. So this is our f of ts, sigma b1 y1 bm, and this value is 55.379 into 1112 into 7, and just make the calculation. That new beam strength you will get 43417.4 Newton. Okay, so this is our new beam strength. Okay, so now we have to find that dynamic load or actual load. So for this, let's find f of t is equal to 2 dt1 by d1. This is our 2 into 663,145 by 175, and this value become 7578.8 Newton, and V1 pi T1 N1 by 60. So pi into D1 is 175 into N1 is 360 by 60, and this value of V1 is our 3298.6 millimeter per second or 3.298 meter per second. Okay, so now we have CV 3 by 3 plus 3.298, and this value of the CV is 0.476. okay, so now our FD or F actual is equal to F of T by CV, and this is our 43417.4 by 0.476. no, sorry, this is not, this value is f of t is this one, 7578.8 by value of the CV is how much? This is 0.476, and make the calculation. You will get that FD or F actual, and this is our 15912.15 Newton. Okay, so this is our FD or F actual, this value 15912.15 Newton. Okay, so this is our FD or actual. So now see, this FD is less than F of TS, so we can say that this design is safe design. So now F of TS greater than F of D, so the design is safe with respect to bending failure. Okay, so last case we have seen that F of D is greater than F of TS, so that's why that was not the safe design. But here if we see, we get F of D is less than F of TS, or F of TS is greater than F of D, so the design is safe with respect to bending failure, or bending failure it is safe. Okay, so now we have to design with respect to wear strength. Okay, so now let's find wear strength. So wear strength we have taken FW. Okay, so already we seen that FW is our DP BQK. Okay, this we have seen. So now the value of Q we know 2G by G. Here it has not mentioned that internal or external, so if not mentioned we will take as a external. Okay, so this is our 2 into gear ratio as a 3 by 3 plus 1, and this value becomes 1.5. now we have K, that is our combination factor, material combination factor. This is sigma ES square sin phi by 1.4 into 1 by EP plus 1 by EG, and sigma E is given 600 square into sine 20 by 1.4 into 1 by, that value has given as EP and EG. How much the value? If you just check EP and EG value, so EP and EG value, if we see that 250 and 200, so 250 gigapascal means megapascal into 10 to the power 3 plus 1 by 200 into 10 to the power 3, since this is given in gigapascal, but here we have taken megapascal, so we have converted into megapascal. Okay, and if we make the calculation, you just simplify this, we will get the value of K 0.791. this is our combination factor K. So here in this equation our Q and K is unknown, B is known, dP also is known for earlier case, dP, or here we can say P. So that this our FW, dP we got 175, B we got 112, Q 1.5 and K is 0.791, and after calculation we got 23,255.4 Newton. Okay, so this is our FW is equal to 23,255.4 Newton. So this is our wear strength. Now again, this wear strength, this is less than the F of T actual or F of D. Okay, so hence the design is safe with respect to wear failure. Okay, so this design is safe with respect to wear failure. Okay, so like this we have to find, or we have to check that whether the design gear or what we find module, with this module it satisfied the bending failure and wear failure. If it is mentioned, then we have to follow the same pattern. Okay, so this is all about our gear design. If you get the problem in this manner, you have to solve like this. Okay, but sometimes what happens that in question simply they ask determine the beam strength. So when you need to determine the beam strength, then no need to go through all this process. Okay, so simply you have to find the beam strength, and for finding the beam strength, what are the parameters you need to give, you have to write those parameters. Okay, after that if you find or if it's mentioned find the addendum, find the dedendum, then you can find also. Okay, so you can write that A is addendum, and this already we seen, this is 1 into m, and this is our 7 millimeters. Okay, D is dedendum, this is our 1.157, and this 1 m 1.157 into 7, and this value if you calculate 1.157 into 7 will get 8.099 millimeter. Okay, so now this we have clearance, clearance is equal to 0.157 into m, that is our 1.099 millimeter. Okay, similarly face width already we have found. PC, that is our circular pitch, and this is pi into m, so pi into 7 into pi, and this is our 21.99 millimeter. Diametral pitch, that is our PD, this is diametral pitch, this is 1 by m, so 1 by this, is our 0.142 millimeter inverse. Okay, so these things are not required because here it is not mentioned, but if you want, you can find, your answer quality will be good. Okay, so in problem, so this is how to design the problem. So earlier lectures or sessions we have seen that theoretical concept, and this is one practical concept we need to find. Okay, so this is our solved problem. Okay, now for your home task I am giving similar types of problem, another one problem. So let's see the problem and try to solve this in home. So this is the problem. Design a pair of spur gear and check for bending and wear failure. The gears of 14.5 degree pressure angle, full depth, consist of a 20 teeth pinion meshing with a gear of speed ratio 2:1. Here G is given 2:1. It is used to transmit 20 kilowatt power at 300 rpm. The face width is 14 m. The permissible bending stress for both pinion and gear material is 90 megapascal. Here it has mentioned that pinion and gear material is same and bending stress is, permissible bending or static stress is 90 megapascal, and the surface endurance limit is 480 megapascal. Young's modulus is 180 megapascal. The starting torque of the motor can be assumed to 120% of the rated torque. Okay, so this service factor has given this as a service factor, or simply S, service factor is given as a 1.2. Okay, assume the velocity factor is 4.5 by 4.5 plus V, velocity factor also given in this form, and tooth form factor is 0.124 minus 0.684 by Z. Okay, so all it's a similar kind of problem which we have solved. So just go through the similar manner, and in first case if you got the module with that, if f of d actual is less than fw, then it's okay, otherwise you need to find the another module. Okay, so with this we have completed our gear design, theory and concept both. So you just try to solve the problem, and if any problem you just knock me. Okay, so with this we have completed the gear design. Okay, so thank you, we'll meet in again another session for another topics.